Wake up to Saturday. Here's the voice of Monterey. It's David Marzetti, don't you know? It's the Shagbag Show. It's the Shagbag Show.
Hello, friends. Jim Nance of CBS Sports, and you're listening to the Shagbag Show with my great friend David Marzetti.
And it's Shagbag Show, live on the radio again for another Saturday morning, live from the end of the bar at the Del Monte Golf Course Grill. All right, let's get our first guest on. Paul's here from Carmel Owls.
Good morning.
What's happening?
Well, I'm just going to talk a little bit about Carmel Owls. I hope there's a lot of owl lovers out there in Monterey County. Probably a few that aren't too enamored with rats.
Right.
You've got some great stories to tell you. But first, let me tell you about Carmel Owls.
Yes.
We are building and installing great horned owl platforms in Monterey County. And so we get the cherry pickers, we get the cranes, we put them way up, 35 to 70 feet once we've built the platform. And we hope in 2026 to put up 31 platforms from the Carmel Highlands, Carmel Valley, Carmel, of course, and Pebble Beach, Monterey, Pacific Grove.
And Carmel by the Sea is all done, though, right?
They need 500 acres, typically, per owl platform, so that they don't have territorial issues. And it's based on the number of rodents. And I don't want to say this, but there's a lot of rodents around.
A lot of rats.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of rats.
Nobody likes a rat.
We're allowed to say rats on the radio.
Nobody likes a rat.
Well, especially when they chew your car wiring harness, because, that's $1,000 to $10,000, and there's all soy-based plastic-covered wiring harnesses now. If your car is 2015 or newer, they love it. It tastes yummy. And when you claim on your insurance, your rates go up for 3 to 5 years. And they fix it, and then the rats remain. And guess what? They're hungry. Second time you claim, you are denied. You are a loser.
So the platforms give each owl, you're saying about 500 acres per, a territory to claim.
That's correct.
And then they can feed on the rodents and whatever else, and you're sort of encouraging them, because a lot of animals have lost their territory, right?
Well, a lot of the big trees that were planted 100 years ago, pine, cypress, redwoods, are coming down naturally or because for safety
aging
reasons.
out, etc.
Yeah. And the issue is, even though some of them are being replanted, it takes 40 to 50 years before they're
and
big
they need
enough.
height. The owls need height.
They need something higher than the top of a full-grown telephone pole.
Okay.
And that is, the absolute minimum, 35 feet. Then you got to go up. And so...
and without that, they've got nowhere to go.
Correct.
They gotta go somewhere else, I should say.
They will just...
And/or don't mate, and/or...
They'll disappear. But if we can
disappear.
get those... They steal other raptors' nests. They don't actually make their own. And they will take a platform if it's up there in the right place.
Yeah.
Now, when they're nesting with 3 or 4 owlets, they will predate or prey on up to 7 rodents every night. Every night.
That's wild. 7.
Yeah.
They're hungry.
Oh, yeah. Now, instead of putting out rodenticides, poison in your backyard, which has secondary kill issues.
Sure.
This is the natural way.
Right, it is.
Yeah.
And a baby owl is called an owlet?
That is correct. Owlet, and they fledge.
See, what do I say? I always say we learn something new. Every week on Shagbag, we learn something. An owlet.
Yeah. Now, these owlets...
You plug it in.
Oh.
Bingo.
Now, they have to fledge sooner or later, which is quite a thing when you jump out of a
Fledge
platform.
means you're jumping out and you're flying for the first time?
That's right.
Holy mackerel.
And not all of them make it. Some of them flop onto the ground.
Oh, my gosh.
But, they seem to do okay, except...
Some nets around the
Yeah,
platform,
no.
just in case.
You got to let them go. But the rats are waiting. They're out there. And mama rat, oh, boy. Have you heard how fast they breed?
Yeah, they do. They're quick.
Well, they have about 6 to 12 babies every 23 days. One day later, the mama rat's pregnant again.
It's so extraordinary.
Yeah.
So in Carmel, is there one in Carmel now?
Platforms?
Yeah.
No, they're full. Pep.
They're full.
They're full.
We have 3, and then we have a periphery of platforms. Carmel Point, on the east side of Highway.
Because Carmel is about 500 acres, downtown, not downtown, but Carmel by the sea.
It's about a square mile.
Yeah, it's about
you got to do the
500
conversion.
acres.
Yeah, probably bigger than that, but so we have to space them out.
Yeah, good.
And so we see how it goes.
Got to put one right over Devendorf Park because I hate to say, there's a lot of rodents there. They got their little ponds and things. They were having some issues.
Yeah, it's true, but it's what we do is we go with homeowners. So it's their tree. Now, the city trees are a little more complicated.
Yeah, they're not doing city stuff, Pep. Yeah.
So it's typically a homeowner that has a tree that's adjacent to the road or their driveway. We have to tow in a 2-ton cherry picker. Right, and obviously we don't want power lines. It's got to be a straight tree, straight up with an exposed trunk, without any branches up there. Not too many. Some.
Right.
And we got
like a Monterey pine, which has the branches at the top.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And we've got one coming up in Wildcat Cove in Carmel Highlands. Beautiful view. This is a free penthouse suite with panoramic views, and it's free for the first come, first serve family. But that's going in May, and so we typically have to have all the homeowners who sign a waiver. If the tree falls over, it's not our fault. But apart from that, we got to make sure they don't stand under the cherry picker when we're installing it. And if it does fall over their tree because it aged out, hey, take off the platform. These things are built for 30 years. Solid redwood.
So there's some weight involved here for this platform. So you're saying the tree could fall?
No. We say that in jest.
In jest, okay.
In jest. Typically a tree has issues with branches falling off, beetle rot, fungus, too much rain, and
very scientific.
Well, we got to keep it straight.
More complicated than I was thinking.
Well, we want to make sure these things last.
Yeah.
We want to leave them up there for 30 years, and hopefully it will encourage the local habitat to balance out and stop, or at least encourage residents not to use rodenticides, because those things are nasty. They kill cats.
And what happens when the baby owls fledge?
Yes.
They leave the nest, they come back a little bit, and then ultimately they go on their own, looking for another spot, another 500 acres on their own, right?
Supposedly, there's a lot of unknowns out there. Okay. And so someone said, well, how far apart should you put these platforms? And he said, well, we need a doctoral candidate in ornithology to do a thesis on this, because no one's figured out how far they should be based upon the rodent population, microclimates, and all sorts of things. So we don't know, but we're not putting them too close together.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah.
Now, how are these being built?
Well, I build them. We have hopefully some volunteers who build them. We have a volunteer day coming up.
Okay, tell us about that.
Sure. It's on Saturday, April 25th in Carmel by the Sea. You can register on the website at carmelowls.org/build. And we're looking for people, ideally, who know how to use an impact driver. That's to put the 2 types of screws in to build these platforms. We have all the wood cut. We have all the supplies. We show you what to do. We have a sample one there. Got some folding tables. We're going to serve some free pizza.
So a little building party, a little...
that is correct.
That'd be a fun day.
Well, we have a stretch goal of 10 platforms.
Okay.
And, they're going to be placed around in the Monterey Peninsula, and we have about 6 of them earmarked for Carmel Valley because they have rats. But we're going to try and help them out. Now, a lot of that in Carmel Valley have open fields and meadows. Great horned owls don't predate in that area. That's for barn owls. So barn owls you can put on a 10-foot pole. You don't need a crane. And what they do is they eat all the rodents that are in an open area. But in Carmel Valley, depending where you are, you also need to have great horned owls amongst the trees. So what we do is we have our website where you can click on Adopt an Owl platform, and we will ask for photos of your tree, and we'll check on Google Maps just to make sure it's your tree based on your address. And we will go out there and schedule a visit to say, hey, yeah, you know what? That's a great tree, and we've got some in the bag that are fantastic. I can't wait.
And it's free.
It is free. Obviously, we're looking for donations. Most of the people who give donations don't get an owl platform, but they believe in it. So we've had a couple of foundational grants, which have really helped us out.
Have you ever had to build a platform and an owl doesn't take it?
Well, here's the deal. We're going to have a...
Odd question.
No, April...
Yeah, did you ever have it where the rats took it instead?
Or an eagle or something?
Well, they may, but we're having a Come to Jesus meeting April 2027. That's after...
A year from now.
Yeah. By that time, we'll put up 31 platforms, supposedly, and we're going to ask all those homeowners, hey, you see any owls?
Okay.
Hopefully we're going to find some. And because there's two things. It can be difficult to see them way up there, but they drop out owl pellets. You know what an owl pellet is?
I'm guessing.
That's when they've eaten the prey and comes out, right?
Well, yes. So they regurgitate a pellet the size of your thumb, a little thicker, with firm bones. And they typically are at the base of the owl platform. What we're doing is we're going to start collecting these, put them in tin foil because they're a little fragile. We microwave them to clean them up. And we're going to hopefully, if we get the funding, put out to 30 schools, 10 of these pellets with all the guides on dissection with the mask and gloves and magnifying glass, tweezers.
Interesting.
So they can do it instead of dissecting one of those, formaldehyde frogs.
Right.
That may scar you for life. But anyway, so we're going to see what happens. And so in April 27, we already got the meeting scheduled. We're going to have to decide, hey, do we switch off the website or do we do a few more?
So we have an owl near my home. I hear it.
Yeah,
in the
we
middle
do
of the
too.
night. I don't know what
you're
kind
so
of owl.
lucky.
But you're mentioning a couple of different owls. I don't know what kind of owl
That's
it is.
probably a great. There's a male and a female.
We're
Different
in
sounds.
Carmel Valley, around Mid Valley-ish.
You need a platform?
Well, it's about possible. I don't know if I have a tree on my property tall enough.
Yeah. You see, someone's got to sign the waiver.
Yeah, but we have an owl. I hear it, and it's a pleasant sound, right?
Yeah, I hear it too. Actually,
Again, I don't know what kind of owl it is. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wildlife at my house.
You got rats?
No.
You know what? There's two types of people. Those that have rats and those that will have rats.
Oh, yeah, okay, I got it. Now, how did you get into something like this? I mean, it's really fascinating. I got to be honest with you. But how is, grown man like you, all of a sudden you got this, not all of a sudden, but you're an owl expert.
No, not an
Of all
expert.
things.
No. I'm just one of those guys on the sideline. So I started doing some birdhouses. Hansel and Gretel birdhouses, solid redwood, curved roofs, copper
Oh,
chimneys.
so you like to build?
Oh, I did, yeah. So I made some. And just yesterday,
Yeah.
Carmel by the Sea, the city, installed 3 of these birdhouses. One at City Hall, and then one in Devendorf Park, and the other in the Forest Hill Park. But it took a year.
Oh, it's in Devendorf? I'll look today.
Yeah. It took over a year.
What's it going to do? What do these birdhouses do?
Well,
they house birds.
yeah.
So birds going to fly in and...
Well, we've got
Fool
different
around in there?
sizes. We got the 1 1/4 inch bird hole for finches. We
Okay.
got the 1 1/2 inch bird hole for sparrows.
Okay.
And then the woodpeckers make their own hole. Oh yeah, they take over.
Woody Woodpecker, remember that day? Wow. Well, it sounds like you got something really interesting going on. I would applaud you for, taking care of our natural habitat. I think it's fantastic. And, yeah, nobody likes rodents, so
They
if
get
that's
expensive.
The benefit,
Yeah.
It's a great thing that you're doing, especially for Carmel by the Sea, and I'm sure that the Mayor Byrne appreciates you and all the City Council.
Well, good. Just show out for Build an Owl Platform Day.
So if somebody wants to get a hold of, come and volunteer for that build day, go to the website, which is, again?
CarmelOwls.org. And they'll see it right on the homepage.
And
Click
for more
and you can
information,
register.
you want to make a donation, get involved. I mean, it's a really interesting thing. And I'm going to go check out the bird cages in
Birdhouse.
Birdhouses.
Birdhouse.
You know what? We need
Birdhouse
one more
cage
thing
was-
from volunteers. Nesting materials. We need someone to walk around and collect, the Spanish moss and lichen that stick to the trees, the little green stuff. We need people to collect that stuff. And we'll give you the kitchen bags, the plastic bags, because we tip those into the platforms once we put them up there.
Okay.
Make them happy,
Yeah. Let's do it.
Nice. Paul Falworth, Carmel Owls, CarmelOwls.org. Thanks.
I
Thanks for
appreciate
coming
it.
by.
We appreciate you. Shagbag Show for March 29, show number 1249 in a row. Still to come on the show, we got Victor Sandbagger.
Wake up to Saturday. Here's the voice of Monterey.